Hello, vinyl community. How you doing? I'm Gary, and this is Physical Format Rock and Roll. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, what a great day, right? I had to open up. Got me some Great Lakes here, a variety pack of different IPAs. This is called Small Batch IPA. Cheers, my friend. Very good. I'm digging it. I like it. Had to have some IPAs to go along with all those Christmas ales and stouts I've been drinking. So anyway, hey, I've got some cool vinyl finds, some new records, some used records. But first, let me show you, I got some gifts in the mail from some great friends of mine. They were like birthday gifts. First off, I don't know if you saw it, this cool looking Minnesota Vikings blanket. I'm kind of getting it all wrinkled up sitting here. It's got the Norseman down here, but this is super cool. That is from my fellow sports fanatic, Mr. Anthony Gambler. You guys know Anthony, right? I will leave a link. Anthony's such a great guy. He's a bigger sports fan than I am. Let me tell you, he even puts some money down on these things, henceforth his old name. Now, really, really appreciate this. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it here, if I'm going to use it to cover me up when I watch TV, because I keep my house really cold because I'm cheap. I don't like to pay for all that propane gas. But anyway, I love it. This is a great blanket. Thank you so much, Anthony. You are a great friend. Another great friend of mine. How about this? You guys know Josh from the Flip Side, right? World famous. He sent me this super cool book, this hardback book, Universal Pictures, all their monster stuff that they did in the 30s and 40s. This is great. I was already looking through this, and it is chock full of, it's got all kinds of pictures from the movies. It's got replicas of the posters, as you can see right there. What's that? The Ghost of Frankenstein. Great stuff in here. And it's got like synopsis of the movie, some of the behind the scenes stuff. Really, really cool. I am definitely going to be using this while I'm watching some of these movies and stuff. Really nice. Thank you, Josh. So nice. It's great. Him and I have this in common. Randy Nelson would probably really appreciate this too. He likes this kind of stuff. So thank you very much, Josh. Awesome guy. Now, somebody who you remember. You guys remember Steve, formerly from All the World's a Stage. He continued his CD purge of some stuff that he didn't want and he thought I might want. And he's right. He sent me all of these Michael Schenker CDs. And these are ones, some of them, one or two I'm not familiar with. But these are like Temple of Rock things. So like you're going to have either Doogie White or Michael Voss singing on these. One of them, this one here, has a DVD with it. So that's pretty cool. There's Michael Schenker, formerly of UFO. Him and I both love UFO, but I don't think he's quite as high maybe on the Michael Schenker stuff. Never seen this one before either. Actually, I thought this was some kind of live album when I first looked at it, but I think it's a studio album because it's got various singers. And then there's another one in here. It's the only one out of these I already did have. So that will go into somebody else's VCLT. It'll be from me and Steve. Steve sent a little note in here. Steve is such a nice guy. Let's see what he has to say. Gary, make sure you tell all of the other vinyl bastards. I'm so glad that I left. That wasn't as nice as what I thought, but still Steve is a nice guy, and hopefully he'll be coming back someday. So there we go. Those are some gifts from great friends of mine. Thank you very much. And hey, if you're still watching, let's do some vinyl finds. Now here we go. I got this. It's a new record. Not really. It's not new. It's a reissue, but never been opened before or anything. It's an old record. Funkadelic Maggot Brain. Yes, finally got that. I've seen everybody else showing this thing off, and I finally found this at a good price. I bought that. Look at them guys looking all fly in there. I had to have some 70s funk, and this should fill that bill. Fun stuff there. Weird cover, but awesome. Next up, the latest from Gwen Stefani. This is Bouquet. So this is a gatefold. This is her latest solo album. Of course, I started liking her back when she was in No Doubt. What do we got here? It's got this. It's on the inside there, which comes with the lyrics in here. It's got a gatefold that opens up. She's, I don't know who she's dreaming about. But anyway, it's got this, kind of tells some of her inspiration for putting this album together. Not in a polyline sleeve. Shame on you. But I guess I'll forgive her for that. It's a white vinyl. Still getting into this one. It's a little more on the mellow side than what I had hoped for, but it's still good. I would have liked a little more upbeat kind of stuff, a little more No Doubt kind of thing. Next up, here's a real good one. This was the one, Fabulous Thunderbirds, Struck Down. This was put out earlier this year. I just am now finally picking it up. It is in a polyline sleeve, so good for them. Got a pretty cool label there. Looks just like the album. And then it just has the insert. Has some information on there. And it's got the lyrics. Of course, Jimmy Vaughn isn't in here anymore. But this is still good. I was actually surprised that this was as good as it was. I enjoyed it. Nice kind of blues, rock, blues, more strictly blues. Do. And then finally, of the newer ones, now this is actually a couple years old, but I just got it. This is Laura Cox, Burning Bright. Love this album. Man, this is a really cool one. This is blues rock on here. She's a singer and guitar player. Really, really good. I've known about her for a while, just haven't picked anything up. Finally did. Got this at Gromies. I got all these records at either Gromies out of Lima, Ohio, or Used Kids Records out of Columbus, Ohio. Probably about the only record stores I pretty much go to anymore. I've got a couple other, but you know, those are kind of my main ones. So really happy to have that. I got to get this album probably for Aaron sometime. Now, here we go. Here's some used records. Really happy to find this. A Greatest Hits of the Boomtown Rats. So that's pretty much all I'll need by the Boomtown Rats is this Greatest Hits. And man, this is on Columbia, and it is beautiful. It is in great shape. So, you know, up all night, I don't like Mondays, all that stuff. Really, really, really happy to find that. I picked this up, The Rhythmist by Stuart Copeland, of course, of The Police. This is in great shape. You know what? I don't even know really what I read what this was about one time, but I have no idea. But I mean, it was cheap. So if I end up not liking it, not that big of a deal. But I love Stuart Copeland, one of my favorite drummers. So I picked that up. Here's one a lot of you will know. Nursery Crimes by Genesis. I realize, you know, we've got some wear and tear down here on the jacket. But the reason I picked it up is because look at that. That's in great shape. The vinyl there, that's what I'm going to be playing. I won't be playing this jacket. And this is the first time I've seen a copy of this that was in good shape. I see this album all the time, but it always looks like shit. So the fact that this was in good shape, really happy. I'm going to complete all the early Genesis. I'm almost there. Final one that I picked up. How about this? The Heavy Metal Soundtrack. Yes, indeed. We all know the Heavy Metal Soundtrack. Ton of you have it out there. I have never actually owned this record. Record's in pretty good shape. I haven't played all of it yet, so I can't tell you how, you know, if it's all, you know, real good. But this was, I normally never seem to find this in good shape. And yeah, I know it's been reissued, but you know me, I'm trying to find it cheaper. But this has got all kinds of stuff on there. Don Felder, Sammy Hagar, Stevie Nicks is on here, Black Sabbath, Blue Oyster Cult, Cheap Trick, Devo. Holy smokes. This will be a fun record to have. I'm glad to finally own this son of a gun. So there you go. That's my final finds and my gifts from some friends. You know, what have you guys been finding lately? What do you think about this? Do you care about any of this stuff, or do you think it's trash? I don't think it's trash. I think it's great. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. I'm Gary. This is Physical Format Rock and Roll. Till the next time, my friends, I will see you down the road.